What's up? This is Derek Brown of the Carolina Panthers. Shout out to Rashad and David of the Panther Nation podcast. The voice of the Panther Nation. Make sure y'all like them and subscribe. Keep pounding.
Yo, this is Panther legend Jonathan Stewart, and I just wanted to shout out to Rashad Beard and David Rhodes of Panther Nation podcast. The voice of the Panther Nation. Keep pounding.
You are now tuned into the Panther Nation podcast.
Delone fires to an open Smith. Steve Smith is going to go all the way. No flag down. Smith scores, and the Carolina Panthers win in overtime.
Seal, he's intercepted by Kuechly. Kuechly inside the 20 to the 10 and to the end zone for another Panthers.
Welcome to the Panther Nation podcast. And here are your hosts, Rashad Beard and David Rhodes.
Yo, what's good, everybody? What's popping with the population? Dave, welcome back, brother. What's going on? What's going on with you, Dave? How you feeling, bro? Get the people an update.
I'm good. I started back to work today.
Already back.
Yeah, I'm already back, man. Like I don't see myself going in.
Already looking slim in the face.
Yeah, I've already dropped some weight, man. I've dropped about, I think I'm around close to 30 pounds at this point.
That's crazy.
Yeah, since I got the call to actually do the surgery, it's been, about 30, about 30 pounds, a little over 30.
That's crazy.
I'll probably be under 300 pounds by, if all goes well, probably by around this time this week.
That's crazy.
It's just wow, because I haven't been under 300 in a minute. Nah, man, I'm not College Dave, because College Dave, like after
College Dave was skinny Dave. College Dave was my size.
No, College Dave was not your size. Nah, but College Dave was like 220. 220 though.
You get there quick.
Especially
You'll get
back. I'm gonna get there. Yeah, 220 was a long ways away. I looked at my driver's license, man. That joint said, my Rhode Island license said 255. And you know you don't change your weight once you get the first weight.
That's true. That's a fact.
So it's gonna be a while. But
that's a fact.
I'm good, man. Like, I'm still I'm going the motions with the diet. You know what I'm saying? I just had my dinner. It was refried beans, but you know what I'm saying?
Well, that's good, man. That's good. So other than that, you was just chilling. You just been chilling this weekend?
It's been nothing but chilling this weekend, to say the least. Yeah. It's been nothing but chilling. Like I said, I got back to work today. I started catching up, figure out what's going on. And everything's good. I get to see the doc on Friday. I'm gonna see if I can convince him to allow me to lift past 10 pounds after next week, but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah,
but overall, things are good.
Yeah, I haven't been doing nothing, man. My daughters had their recital this weekend, but it wasn't really a recital. It was more like watching it on a movie screen, because all the parents were we're outdoors and we had to like watch on the big screen outside. So it's been different, man. It's cool. It's cool. Shout out to Studio 73 though, because they brought it together, considering the circumstances. There all these Zoom practices, and I think they only had like 2 practices together.
That's effort. That's effort, fam.
Yeah. So it turned out good. They live streamed it on Facebook, so I got to pull it up. But it was great. It was good. They did good considering the circumstances. So yeah. Other than that, I ain't do nothing.
My son graduated from pre-K.
Nice.
So they did a little drive through. I think it was on Thursday. It was on Thursday. It was on the last day of school. They did a little drive through parade. We went to the school, and he got to take pictures with the principal and the teacher and all that. So that was cool. That was like the one time I went out. One of the times I went out for that, and I went out to the store.
Yeah, it's like it's officially summer. School was out, so.
School been out for you guys.
Nah, we just got out. We just got
really?
out last week. Yeah, last Tuesday.
Okay. Yeah, we got out Thursday. So my daughter went with her mother. You know what I'm saying? I told her, don't bring the Rona back to my house.
Yeah, South Carolina. Where's she at?
No. She's here. She's
Oh
from
yeah,
Rhode
that's
Island.
right. That's right. My bad. I'm thinking about your parents. I'm about to say South Carolina.
No. My parents. I've already given them the talk.
Yeah.
I said, yo, you better start praying from home and doing your sermons from home because you shouldn't be heading out to outside right now.
Yeah, it's wild out there, bro. It's wild out in these streets. We got like
they did a protest, right? And they had this picture with like the sheriff and the mayor, and I was like, this is all cool, but y'all need to get the mask on, man. You out here trying to catch this Rona.
Yeah, I participated in the protest up here, and I definitely had the mask on. So it's cool. You just got to mask up, man. Mask up, and I've been in the house for the most part. But yeah, in North Carolina, South Carolina, like Texas,
Florida,
all them,
Georgia,
all these conservative states, man, they out here wanting to live their life and not have people tell them what to do. But
and like here, it's Block. Like we got Block Island, and Block Island, they pretty much said, "Yo, we can't do nothing for you guys if y'all catch the Rona out on Block Island," because they don't have the medical facilities there like that to hold it. But there's like they showed a picture of like this big crowd at Block Island. I'm like, yeah, if they got the Rona, let them stay there isolated. That's their isolation point. You just drop them off in Block Island and pay $20 drinks.
Wow.
You know, that's what, like everybody talks about how great Block Island is until they said, oh yeah, but the drinks are this. But you can bring your own stuff, but the drinks are high. You know, it's an isolated island. I'm good. Not now. Not during the Rona. They can helicopter people, but does that sound convenient to you? If you get like super sick,
get airlifted to the joint.
Yeah, man. Then you're gonna end up at you probably end up at Rhode Island Hospital, which is cool, but it's the largest hospital in the state. You know, they ain't the place to be if you got the Rona. No. I didn't even have my surgery there. I knew better. So.
Yeah, man. So that being said, man, again, this is gonna be another one of them shows where it's not really a lot to talk about. But you know, I did do a quick video about the statue, Dave, and you didn't get a chance to voice your opinion. So the floor is yours. How do you feel about David Tepper taking advantage of a situation and having the Jerry Richardson statue removed from in front of Bank of America Stadium?
There's a better businessman than Richardson. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I mean, it was smart, and it was probably valid too, man. Because you know the protests at the time was getting a little bit antsy. You know, folks were out here destroying stuff. Fires were happening across the nation. I mean, he just wanted to be safe for the statue, so this was a perfect opportunity to get it out the way, move it to the side, so to speak, get it out of the paint because it doesn't need to be there. You know, he didn't want it there to begin with.
Nah, he didn't.
He did everything per the contract. So you know, Richardson said he ain't gonna sue him.
I'm surprised Richardson just letting it go like that. I guess he's turned the page and ain't really worried about it. But I didn't say that in the video that I dropped. That you know, Jerry Richardson is pretty much like, hey, it's all good. It's all good. You know, I'm not gonna you know sue or nothing like that. I mean, that's interesting because if it was me, I mean, you gonna petty remove me. I'm gonna petty and try to see if I can sue you.
But the thing is, it ain't Tepper's fault, right? Like Tepper ain't the reason why that man got removed. Tepper just so happens.
True. No, that's a point. That's a great point. I mean,
Tepper wrote how much was that check that Tepper wrote to him?
2.3, something like that.
Two Billy.
2 point.
I'm pretty sure it ain't worth his effort to be out here trying to sue for pennies. You know what I'm saying? It ain't worth all that because he ain't getting his team back.
No, he not.
Nah, this ain't a situation where he got a shot to get he got a shot to get his statue back. You know, he get his statue back.
Put it up in front of his house?
Huh? He can throw it right in front of his house.
Put it up
with the Panthers. You put like the Panther on each side.
They could have left the Panthers though, man. He should have left the Panthers there and then put up.
But then that ruins the consistency. No, that ruins the consistency,
That's
right?
True. That's
Remember,
true.
He was removing it because there was talk of folks vandalizing it. So you can't be out here just taking. It could have been legit. I mean, Richardson didn't exactly leave on the non-racist foot.
But I'm saying if
from the organization here.
Here's my opinion. My opinion is that, and this is why I think that's a whole crock of shit, Dave. I'm sorry, excuse my language. I mean, he took advantage of the out. Let's just keep it a buck. He took advantage of the out because real talk, if it's gonna be defaced, why just go ahead and let it? Why not just go ahead and let it get defaced and then you remove it after the fact? Like I don't. I mean, I get it, tempered, bruh. I feel you. Go ahead, take it out. Do you? I'm just saying.
He don't want to pay. No, because if he vandalizes it and the statue falls and destroys some of the debris, goes on during the stadium,
debris
on the ground,
debris.
Then he's gotta pay. Then he's gotta pay for that. Like if there's a crack and all that.
Just a crack on the shoe.
Oh no! Oh, I'm talking about like the ground, like the ground.
Okay. You don't want the ground to get chipped up. The ground is more important than the statue itself.
Then that's on him.
I
He
got
gotta
you.
pay that bill. He still gotta get the crane to move it anyway. After it was vandalized.
I feel you, Dave. I feel you.
So he's trying to save money. It's a business call. That man is a businessman.
It's a good old business decision, huh?
This is the same guy that bought his boss's house, his old boss's house.
Definitely
he bought his old boss's house. Tepper did. He bought his old boss's house just to tear it down and rebuild it.
He did, yo. Super petty, yo.
Yo, son,
super petty, man. Tep Dog has done some petty stuff, man. And listen, that move was petty. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not saying I don't disagree with it. I'm just saying that joint was petty to use the Crocs.
Public safety. Rashad, it was public safety. We don't want anybody getting hurt.
All right.
The last thing we want is somebody from the Panther Nation to get injured on Panther grounds. You don't want a thing like that to happen.
100%, because you don't want the
lawsuit.
What I'm saying? If Jerry Richardson fell on somebody, you didn't want to get sued and have to put out some couple hundred.
You gotta go put out statements, and you gotta go. You gotta clean it all up. He already got enough statements that he's got to do between BLM, between the fact that they pulling out seats for PSL. Like he's got more than enough statements that he's got to work on to be adding an additional one. Just get it away. Make sure nobody destroys it. The Panthers didn't do anything, so that's why the other Panthers were safe because there's no Jerry with them Panthers. So we good. We square. Let's go. Ain't coming back.
I get it. It's all good, man. I get it. Listen, I'm not opposed to it. I understand what's going on. But
there's only one person left. There's only one person left from the Panther era.
That's it.
There's one person left.
Good old Herney Hearn gonna be around.
Hearn dog.
Hearn gonna go out on his own terms. That's what Herney said.
We'll see about that. That statue didn't. I'll tell you that.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That is a fact. But yeah, man. So, any more thoughts on Jerry Richardson and his statue and this? I want there was a sentiment that it was removed because this allows more space for the social distancing because that is the major thing. Everybody goes in that interest, right? So you need the room.
For that interest.
You need the room.
I don't think I ever did. I ever go in that? I don't know if I did.
Yeah, I think when I go in,
I've been there a few times.
When I go in, I typically go on that side because it when we went to the last game, we went on that side.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, we did because it
was right around
the proximity is a lot of people come into that entrance. Yeah. So it allows for more social distancing. You can the lines out front. There will be a lot more room for the lines to queue up, and people can social distance with that statue out of the way. So I'm just saying that could be the reason, why public safety is the number one reason. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they about to have folks at these games, man. There's 80,000 people that can go to BOA. They're gonna have at least 20 in that stadium.
Yeah, no, and that's a good segue, Dave, to the kind of the next topic is that it looks like everything, man. The way things are going, like they don't full steam ahead, man. Whether fans, no fans, whether it is what it is. I mean, people are they looks like they are really planning to drive this thing forward no matter what. If you look at obviously the news came out today that two teams are being affected, the Texans and the Cowboys. Both have players that have been diagnosed with the Rona. Ezekiel Elliott being one of those guys. And it's just the timing with this. Texas with their with the increase that they have going. You got two teams in Texas. You got Florida with their three teams. Three. Tell me. Yeah, three. They're three teams. And all of the Rona cases there. You got the Carolinas with both states being affected with mad cases. So the South, where these teams are located, it looks like with this second wave happening, we won't be. I think the projections that they're saying for here is like August is when things will start to go on the decline. So that being said, it's just weird. They just like kind of trucking along. And I got a question, Dave. I got a question. So like these position groups, let's say the position groups, they spend a lot of time together. They're in a lot of meetings. We're in close proximity. One person gets the Rona, spreads to the quarterbacks. Let's say it's a quarterback. All the quarterbacks get the Rona, and they got to be quarantined for 2 weeks. What happens? You got to go out and sign a Cam Newton or Kaepernick or something like that. I mean, how is that good? I don't understand how they're gonna be prepared for that. Like, I don't get it. The thing that you should look, the big thing that I think a lot of sports have been paying attention to is how the UFC's been doing it. Because the UFC's been having events for almost a month and a half now. So, and they've been pretty good events too. I did watch the last UFC joint. It was pretty good.
On Saturday, man, that joint was really good.
It was good.
So they're having pretty good events, and like I think the big thing Dana was talking about, because they asked Dana after the game, after the last fight, he was like, "Yo, so what are you gonna do? What are you trying to get like full on crowds?" He was like, "If I can't get a full capacity crowd, I don't want to do it. If they tell me I can only get 15%, it ain't worth it to me to do it. I might as well keep doing where I'm at. I might as well do Fight Island. I might as well do this or the other thing, because it makes for me it doesn't factor in." The way the NFL is structured, they're sponsored at such a different type of their sponsorships pretty much, and their TV deals, they pretty much pay for the bulk of it anyway. Like the stands ain't really hitting that much of their revenue.
Well, they were saying that there could be a loss of about $3 billion with no fans in place. So I saw that. I think what was the total revenue stream for the NFL? It wasn't like 20. How much was it?
Like 20 or 20.
Was it 21? I think it was 21. So I don't know how that's $3 billion from it's still gonna hurt them, but just in the grand scheme of things. So it's like you're talking 15% of their revenue. That's what you're talking, right? Yeah.
15% of their revenue is from the fan base. It doesn't make sense for them to let 15 to 20% of the fan base into the stadiums, and they got to create all these precautions for all the fans. They got to do all these things to get the fans in the stands. They're going to lose a chunk of that doing that. Just try to off the precautionary alone, and God forbid if somebody has the Rona.
Yeah.
And then they're done.
Yeah, because then there'll be all kind of like lawsuits and stuff like that. Say, hey, you allowed us to come.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sure
why.
I'm sure you're gonna have to sound like a waiver.
They asked Dana, would you do a partial crowd? He was like, absolutely not. All or nothing.
I'm sure you're gonna have to sign if you go to the game, you probably have to sign a waiver or something that says you're not gonna hold the team accountable. If something happens, it's gonna be even with the Trump rally in
Tulsa.
In Tulsa, yeah. I think he's making people sign waivers that if you get it, you can't hold me accountable. So me and the Trump organization. So it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I don't know. It's gonna be tough. I mean, I think that obviously I don't think I'm going to any games. But I'm not a fan of going to games anyway. Well, I'm a fan of going to games. I just have a nice viewing experience here that I like watching from. So I think it's gonna be interesting, man. No fans, or limited fans. Even if it's just a few fans, it's just gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird.
I mean, UFC fights. I'm kind of used to watching UFC fights without the fans, man. Because at least because it's dope too. Because you hear the coaches tell them to try to do stuff, and Yo,
sure.
yo, let me tell you something, man.
Yeah, you're gonna hear all kind of stuff. But then, what's crazy is though, that goes still. But I want you to address my question, Dave, about the players. Like, how are you going to keep the players safe? Like, I was reading an article today about they're gonna have these full blown face masks. Like, you know how they have the visors? They're gonna have one that covers the whole face. But bro, like, you're gonna be sweating. Like, what are you gonna do? Go out there in a plastic jumpsuit? Like, how is that gonna work? Like, sweat. You're gonna sweat. The sweat droplets. You're gonna be transferring through that route. It's a contact sport, so there's really no way to kind of protect the players. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting because if all it takes was for Patrick Mahomes to get the Ronas, and then like the whole season is, I mean, I don't understand how they're gonna do that, man. This
like if a whole all their
position
quarterbacks
group
get the Rona,
yeah, the whole position group,
yeah.
which is not that's not like. That's something that could happen. Like, that's not out of the realm of possibilities at all.
Unless they have a separate situation for the practice squad players and they keep them isolated away from the rest of the squad.
But I'm wondering, should you allow, like, the league should allow extra practice squad players for that reason? Like, you should be able to carry like a whole like maybe like double up the practice squad size just in case that happens. You know what I'm saying? You should be allowed to keep more players because all it takes is for one position group, or one linebacker, or one running back. You know, and it's a wrap. Like,
they'll be the Wildcat, man.
I don't know, man.
They're gonna be wildcatting it up.
I don't know. Even the the NBA is going through the same thing. They had a nice little solution. The whole
but the thing is, I think there's some players that are like, yo,
yeah, Kyrie is like, nah, I'm not. He's trying to. Kyrie Irving is trying to, talk the players out of playing. So, I
think it's a combination of that and the protesting too. They feel like they have an opportunity here,
y'all gotta chill, man. The comments is bugging, man. Player for the Himalayas said that Eli Apple been social distancing on his coverage. Come on, man. That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, there was some players that already was trolling, but we'll see what happens with that. I'm curious to see, man, because like there are also some players complaining about the bubble situation because their family can't be there. So like they're like, so you're gonna tell me to be isolated in a bubble for 3 months? I can't leave this area, this radius of the wild world of sports for like 3 months, and I can't go see my kids. I can't go see my wife. I can't go out and about like I normally could do, and. Now, so if something happens to my family, I can't leave, or if I leave, I can't come back. Like, so it's stuff like that.
Yeah, it's this is a really weird situation, man. I know we all missing sports, but this is crazy. Like, I
got the UFC, man. I'm good. I get Dana be dropping these fights pretty constantly, and
they
Marcus asked the question, how can they sustain it? And I'm like, they got a contract with ESPN. So, like, that's where the bulk of their revenue's coming from. So they're making these fights. They are hitting these fights up.
Yeah, and you got to think there's not an expense for, like, the building. I'm pretty sure they own wherever they're fighting in. I'm pretty sure they own it. So you're not having to pay the expense of renting a building and all that whatnot.
And they're gonna have Fight Island popping next month. They out over in Abu Dhabi next month because it's been a struggle to fly folks into the United States because of all the restrictions.
Yeah.
So they found a spot. They found an island in Abu Dhabi that everybody's gonna fly in, and there's like a 10-mile radius where only UFC fighters can be, and there's different camps for each fighter. It's insane. So that's gonna be popping off in July, and I think they said that's gonna be there.
I mean, that's a man-to-man combat sport. That's one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they've already had folks that got the Rona in the UFC. They've already had a couple incidents with the Rona there.
That's isolated. That's to one person. You know what I'm saying? That's one-on-one. You're not talking about whole teams of people.
But you got a team of trainers. You got the trainers. You got
yeah, but again, they're not the ones that are performing. You know what I'm saying? Like go to basketball. What if the whole team? What if your whole starting lineup gets the Ronas? Hell, what if the whole team gets the Ronas? And you can't play that?
I mean, they lose.
It's too many what ifs, man. It's too many what ifs.
If the playoffs start and like a big slew of folks on one squad get the Rona, it's over for them. It's pretty much a wrap. But I think but the way that the NBA is doing it, the odds of that happening is pretty slim if everybody's isolated in that area.
Dog, you think one person is not gonna leave to go out and go do what they need to do and come back with the Ronas and get everybody infected? Somebody's gonna do that, yo. Yeah, exactly. If Gobert didn't, if they didn't stop playing before then, like the whole league was about to be infected.
Whoever played Utah.
Yeah, then whoever played
they
them,
They flew too.
They did get infected.
Yeah, and the flying with all the air recirculating with everybody. That like I got to reconsider this flying thing, man. I don't know if I'm gonna be flying for a while. I don't think I'm going to North Dakota State anymore, man.
Nah, yeah, we going. I'm going, man. Fuck it.
You gonna risk it, man? Look, man, I'm gonna probably still be too fat for all that, man. I don't know if I should be.
Nah, you be down to 275 by then.
I hope so. Then I might.
You'll be down to 220 by then, Dave.
I'm already thinking about driving to South Carolina for my trip in October because of all that hoopla. So we'll see.
Yeah, man. I don't know, bro. It's crazy out here. It's crazy out here. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I still got all these jerseys I need to get signed. It's probably not happening.
You're not, dude. You better sign them yourself.
Nah.
You ever heard the story of Common when
no plagiarism, B.
He was working for the Bulls back in the Jordan era, and there was a kid that asked for something to get autographed by Jordan. So Common went to Jordan, was like, "Yo, man, can you autograph this for this kid?" And Jordan was like, "You go in and sign it, you be fine." So then Common signed it. The problem is that he misspelled Michael.
I heard
signed
about
it,
that.
and so he had to give the money back to him.
Crazy.
Yeah, G-Ho ain't happening, man.
The virtual.
I don't think G-Ho's happening.
I don't know, man. Didn't the chancellor say that? Didn't the chancellor say that they're gonna play the schedule as is?
They are gonna play the schedule as is. There's 6,000 people that's probably gonna be able to go in those games.
Yeah.
All right.
I think so. I think G-Ho's gonna happen.
It's gonna be. It's just gonna be good.
Yeah.
GH.
I don't know, man.
I ain't gonna say the other ones.
I don't know. It's interesting, man. It's interesting.
Cause it ain't gonna be because I'm curious to see how they're gonna handle the amount of people and the social distancing aspect of that. That's where the challenge is gonna lie. But it doesn't sound like all the students are gonna ultimately be able to get back on campus either. So that's another thing. So there's a lot of layers to it. It'll be interesting. Yeah. I think I picked a good year not to go.
Yeah, no, I think it's your fault.
You can blame me all you want.
I think it's your fault that Gio's not happening since you didn't want to come. You put the hex on us.
Nah, man. The coronavirus predicted on Sherman's Showcase last season. It was predicted.
Yeah. So John Barrera put something there we could talk about, Dave, in the chats. He said that Trey Boston calling Rhule the it factor. And I think he was doing I don't know, an interview with somebody, and they asked him about Rhule, and everybody's saying that this cat, has got the it factor, Dave. So what do you think about Trey Boston, probably one of the leaders on the defense, talking about Rhule in that manner?
It's interesting. I think that helps. I think that's good for the locker room. And I said it in the chat. I said, if Rhule is seen to be a leader of men, that means he's not going to lose that team. Like, he's going to be able to keep that team regardless of what the record's supposed to be, what the record's going to be for next season. He ain't going to lose that team.
So here's
he's going to have time.
Yeah, he's got time. He had time as soon as the ink dried on that contract.
But he really, really is going to have time.
He had that time. I think he's gonna have plenty. He had plenty of time. But here's what Trey Boston said. His exact quote. He said, "I'm excited to see him more in person with the guys because right now I think he started with a nice lead because he has had because he has a nice momentum going between how he's treated us and how he's respected us, how he respects our time. That means a lot to professionals and men, adults as well. Dude, this broken English. Come on, Trey. So I think Rhule. Yeah, well. So I think Rhule has set himself up for success with his men. We trust him. We believe in him. And when we get together, it's all about building chemistry and knowing what the Carolina Panthers, knowing we are the Carolina Panthers, and knowing we're gonna do what it takes to win ball games around here. So that was his quote. I mean, pretty straightforward. It seems like they haven't even been around each other enough to, I don't know. But I just think that it is a positive sign that, one of your leaders on the defense, I think he is, between him and KK, the leaders on the defense, that's a positive sign. So it's going to be interesting, man. I'm interested to see as well how this coaching staff, because it's all young coaching staff. We don't know what the hell we have. So I think it's going to be interesting. So my bad, Dave. You got anything else on?
Nah, it was interesting. I just think, when it comes to college coaches, man, I think if you're a leader of men, when you go from college to the NFL, it's key that you got to understand that you have to be a leader of men and not a leader of kids. There's a distinct difference. College, you're a leader of kids. In NFL, you need to be a leader of men. So if he becomes a leader of men, he's going to be able to keep that team. And this season is going to have some rough sledding, to say the least. So that's a good sign for him. It's a good sign for Matt.
Yeah. No, it's a good sign. I just don't. I believe it when I see it. I believe it when I see it, because I don't know what to expect. Again, I have zero expectations for this season. The longer this goes on with not being able to reach out and contact the players, like I think I keep saying this over and over. We're at a distinct disadvantage when it comes to being able to. We've got the new coaching staff, and we got to get out in front of them. I don't even think I wouldn't be surprised if he hadn't even met some of the players yet. So it's just we got a long way to go. We're way behind, and again, that could equate to a nice draft position come 2021. But no expectations, man. No expectations.
All right, we'll see, man. We're gonna definitely have a season. Even if we won't be able to have running
season is happening. I just want to know how they're gonna compensate for all these what ifs, because there's a lot of them, and stuff could get real ugly. I just wonder how they're gonna react when a whole position group gets the Rona. So
they're gonna play with an emergency quarterback and call it a day, man.
We'll see. But all right, Dave, that's all I got, man. You want to open up the phone lines and see? This is gonna be a short show. I apologize. We just got a lack of content just due to the.
Well, because man, with everything that's going on with the Rona, and everybody's all here watching TV and TV shows, and Insecure finale was yesterday. And
I watched that. I watched Insecure this season.
I called that joint, man, a mile away, bro.
Insecure is all right.
For y'all, though.
Yeah, Insecure is straight. I mean, ain't nothing else. If it was some other things going on right now, I definitely would not be watching Insecure.
Well, the thing is, man, The Last Dance started around the same time, so I waited till The Last Dance was over before I went to catch up on Insecure. So
it's sad, man. They got us watch. They got me and Dave out here watching Insecure, bro. So phone lines are open. Oh, go ahead. My fault.
Open. Yeah, I got off my RPG tip, so I'm chilling. I'm out here watching folks beat these dang on 8-bit these Nintendo games in like 5 minutes or less.
So oh, my fault. Go ahead.
You buying a PS5, man?
No, I'm done. I'm done with video games, man. I ain't got time. As soon as I sold my PS4, that was it, man. I'm done with video games, bro. I literally do not have time.
Oh.
Between kids, businesses, and all that stuff, it's just I don't have time. So it kind of is what it is. I still got my Xbox. You see my Xbox right?
I don't see it, but
it's right there. that I occasionally play, but I don't have time.
It's over there. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh yeah, my bad. On them. I was pointing.
Yeah, I can see it on the
fault.
video. I can't.
My fault. I was pointing to so they could see it on the stream. But all right, so we got to call it real quick. 704, what's poppin'?
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Happy Monday.
Austin, what's good, brother?
What's up, man?
Not too much, man. Not too much. Just actually taking a work break. Deadlines. But so I know you guys talked about the season and stuff like that. Good news, European soccer is still going on right now. So if that's any correlation of what's going to happen here, Italy's back, England is back, Germany's back. So hopefully NFL season will be there with no fans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see. So there's no fans in the stadiums?
No fans in the stadium. It's kind of weird. You can hear them talking and stuff. I can't speak any of the other languages, but it's still cool to see sports back. So
yeah.
I think we'll definitely have a season.
I gotta get my soccer weight up for the next podcast, for the MLS podcast.
Oh, there's nothing happening in MLS right now.
Didn't they release the playoff bracket?
Like they did. It's they're going to a group tournament. So are you familiar with the World Cup stuff?
Not really.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit.
Stuff.
All right, I'll give you a brief thing on it. So the World Cup, right? The same thing with Champions League and everything else, like the big tournaments. You have groups, right? So you have groups of 4. I think with MLS, you'll have one group that has 5 teams. So the groups, so say you have a group of 4 teams, right? Team A, Team B, Team C, Team D. You will play each team once. And the 2 teams with the highest amount of points move on to the knockout stage.
Yeah, gotcha.
How you get points?
Yeah.
If you win, you get 3 points. If you tie, you get 1. If you lose, you get 0. I know American sports fans are like, I don't like ties. Ties mean something. It's strategy. Stop complaining about it. Just watch and enjoy it. So the top team from the group goes to the one side of the bracket, and the second team in the group goes to the other side of the bracket. So the first team will play a team who finished second in their group, but not the team that they played in the group. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I got it.
So now the tournament is, the bracket's kind of based on that. So, and then they just play a single knockout round until they get to the finals. So, yeah, really it.
All right, yeah, we'll see. We'll see, man. I can't wait to learn some more, because I'm definitely gonna be with a Charlotte or Queen City, whatever we're gonna name it. Yeah, I'm gonna be rocking that joint. And I think I might go all in on the Hornets, man. I think it's time, man.
As you should.
I think it's time.
As you should. It's been time.
They just need to get a Duke player, and then we'll be good. But
they had one.
The Celtics already have one.
They did have one. They did have one in Gerald.
The Celtics already have one. I just want you to know that, bro.
But they need to keep one. They need to keep one.
Oh, Celtics keep one.
I know that Tatum's not going anywhere.
Jason Tatum's gonna be there as long as he wants to be there, bro.
He not going anywhere. But yeah, I'm all in on the soccer team though. I'm gonna be lit. Whenever they open them joints back up and it's safe, 2021. Hopefully by then, we'll be around, and with that inaugural game, I'm gonna be in that joint lit. I was gonna buy season tickets. I think they are releasing like this. I guess the equivalent of PSLs. I did see that on the website.
Yes. So it's like you had so there's 3 different tiers. There's like the supporter tier. This one is like the suites, whatever. Then just a regular area. They're gonna black out the top part, and it's like you have to pay like a small deposit to reserve, and then you'll be able to pick. Should be late December.
So you already did it because you got season tickets to every Charlotte thing.
Hey, man, you know me, man.
My bad. I'm pocket watching, man. My bad. I'm pocket watching. That's my bad. My bad.
Oh no.
That's what Couchside does, man. We out here, man.
My bad. But yeah,
if I was in the Carolinas, I'd probably have season ticket for a couple of the squads too.
Yeah, we'll see though. But all right, Austin.
Just a heads up. I was gonna say one more thing.
Go ahead.
For the soccer games, definitely Hooligans is always open, so we can come through. Let me know. It's a great spot to go before soccer games, and a great spot to go to watch soccer games. So just letting y'all know for y'all Charlotte folks.
All right, man.
All right.
So all right, Austin. Holla at you, bro.
All right, we're gonna. I want to go over some of the comments from the chat.
Yeah.
Bottom of the barrel news. I didn't realize that the first Black Bachelor was a former Carolina Panther. Did you know that?
Nah, I did not know that.
Jesus.
Nah, but then there's a couple other questions before we get to the next caller.
What do you think of the quarterback?
Hold on. Let's get to the other question first. I'm gonna get to that question, but the other question is, when do you see the training camp beginning? Training camp usually is the last week in July going into August. I could actually see it staying that date, maybe push back a week or so. And I don't know, they may have to do something with preseason. Like they can drop a couple preseason games and push training camp back. But I think it probably going to stay on that day. I think those dates aren't going to change, in my opinion. Especially if you line it up with everything, the second wave being gone by August. I think that's going to be perfect timing. So I think they keep it there. The other question was, what do you think about the quarterback from North Dakota State?
I feel good.
Man, all right. He got to come to see us though. He got to see the Blue Death, and then we'll really see what he talking about. He ain't playing nobody, dog. We got to come through the Blue Death.
That boy won a national championship last year, bro.
Hey man, ain't nobody studying this dude. He got to play us, man. He got to come see A&T. When he comes see A&T, I'll let y'all know how good he is. But until he come carve us up, I don't want to hear nothing about Trey Lance.
Yo, man, if I fly all the way to North Dakota State and that man throws for 5 touchdowns, I'm going to cry. I'm just going to let you know these things.
Hey, listen.
All jokes aside, the kid's pretty good.
Listen.
Shot is like...
that dude, Trey Lance, can kick rocks until he come play A&T. All right? So when he got to play A&T first. Before I get on the bandwagon, I got to see what he going to do against the Blue Death, because we've taken out some decent quarterbacks. So I'm not worried about this dude Trey Lance. All right, you can. Yeah, it's a lot of D-riding going on with this dude, and I'm tired of it. He gotta see us, dog. He gotta see us.
No, we're gonna give him props.
He gotta see us, Dave.
I will say though.
That's why I want to go to the game, by the way.
Huh?
That's why I want to go to the game.
Yeah, I know. The dude he legit got a good shot to get drafted in the first or second round.
No doubt. But he still got to come see us.
He still got to come see us.
That might be a little blemish on his record once they don't pull up the A&T film, because it might not be what you want to see. So
they're gonna start drafting. They're like, yo, we got to figure out how they stop this guy. They're gonna start drafting the A&T defenders.
When they go to the negatives, of his film, you'll see a whole bunch of blue and gold, and it'll be A&T. I'm just letting y'all know now. But all right, my bad. I'm just letting y'all know before y'all get all.
I watched a couple of his games last year. The kid, I don't want to get the Rona. I don't know if he's worth the risk to get the Rona, because there ain't no game that's worth the risk getting the Rona, but that kid looked good, man.
Man, F Trey Lance until further notice. All right.
He's gonna use this as motivation. It's gonna be our fault. He drops 5. All right.
Hey man, it is what it is. But all right, Noli, what's good, bro? My bad.
Nothing much. How y'all doing?
Man,
doing good.
Chilling.
Yeah, I echo your sentiments. Let's see what he does against A&T. Before I get hyped, because they do play in a weak conference.
Yeah, and you know about it, Noli. You saw what we did to ECU, right?
Yeah, with our third string quarterback. But
hey, man,
I give you props.
I'm just saying it happened. Go ahead.
It happens, no doubt. No. Everybody at ECU, I remember I was at that game. They were thinking it was going to be a cupcake. I was just like, you guys don't, because because they think it's a HBCU. It's just a cupcake.
We ain't Howard, guys. We're not Howard. We are not Howard.
Exactly.
Because Harvard,
I knew it was
Harvard. Yo, I went to that Harvard-Howard game, man. Harvard made Howard look pretty silly. The band's the only thing that left a little bit of respect off of that whole Howard brand. To be honest with you, and that band ain't that good.
Yeah. Yeah, so that I remember at that game specifically, people thought it was going to be easy, and I knew it was going to be close, not because like of our quarterback situation, but like you guys had a good squad and whatnot. So I think Lance is a first rounder, but I think he is nowhere near Fields or Lawrence. Like the media is going to make it out to be like he is, but he's not even in their class. But he still could go first. I mean, if Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, Josh Rosen could go first round, no reason why he can't go first round.
People jump for quarterback, so it's gonna happen. I mean, I think he goes.
Oh yeah.
I think if he plays like he's been playing, I think he goes top 10.
Top 10.
No problem. So I just but he still got to come see A&T. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, now I got to watch this game. But I don't know about y'all. The basic reason I called this is the first, and it's obviously because of what's going on with the protests and the virus, but this is the first time where, like, I have not even thought about football or, like, because nothing's going on. It's crazy. Like, I've been thinking about, since I've first started to watch Panther football, how, like, usually during this time, we're getting interviews from coaches, players, we're getting highlights from practice, so-and-so did this and that. Like, I don't even think it was this bad during the lockout era. Like, there is just nothing which is crazy, and which, I mean, obviously the time has warranted, these times have warranted that, but y'all, I was going to ask y'all, so you said August was when they're looking like they may get back inside the building?
I don't know when they're going to get back in the building. I just know that training camp usually is the last week in July, and
okay.
I don't see them moving that. Just off of, I have no information. I'm just speaking like I'm a regular human being. I don't have any inside information. I'm just thinking that because with the trajectory of the virus, I think everything's going to start dying down. They'll see less and less cases in August, and so I think that's when they're just going to go ahead and keep going.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how.
Do you think some of the states down there are going to have to shut down again, man?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Because, like, especially in the South, because, like, we got a trip planned to Atlanta July 20th, and it's looking like now, if we go, we're just going to be locked in the hotel all day because, like, they don't care down there. I got family there. Tons of people I know are flocking to Florida, even after, like, the spring break stuff. Like, it's just people don't care, unfortunately. But, yeah, North and South Carolina, we're in the peak stage, I think, right now. We're getting up there. But, the whole East Coast.
Like, it's bad here in North Carolina. Like, I think we were having, like 4-digit case increases like daily.
Yes.
Yeah. Like we were up in the thousands daily.
Yeah, and no doubt. And our peak kept getting delayed. I remember because when New York and Louisiana and Chicago, when they were like getting decimated, North Carolina's peak just kept getting delayed, and now here we are. So I truly will be interested to see if they will reduce any games, and if not, like, I just want to know, like, how good or bad are we going to be? Because, like you said earlier in the podcast, we're at a disadvantage. Yes, the other teams are at a disadvantage too, but, like, we're having a new coaching staff and all this. I really, like, am interested to see how bad we're going to be on some of these games. Because it's not going to be like last year. Like, last year, like, that, remember those last 4 games against, like, the Colts and Falcons? I'm not going to lie. I turned off the TV in the second half. I couldn't stomach it. It was like watching the 2010 2-14 Panthers. Like,
yeah.
I just couldn't stomach it. It was that bad. I'm not going to be like that this year because I'm just genuinely intrigued to see the new coaching staff. So even though we're getting blown out, I want to see these games. But
that's me.
I don't know, how bad do you think you will be this year, or good if you don't?
No, that's me. I echo exactly what you said. I'm gonna be, no matter how bad we're gonna be, I'm gonna be watching because I want to see how the players react. If we're gonna be competitive, we're gonna fight. Those are kind of the soft things that we need to understand about this team, because we need to understand how this team is going to be long term. Even when we turn that corner, are we going to have those same attributes? So I'm definitely going to be watching. I just think the further it gets pushed back, I think the worse we're going to be. Obviously, again, even Trey Boston said it. He said that I'm looking forward to getting more time with the coach in person. So like I promise you, there's players that this dude has not even seen in person yet. You know what I'm saying? And there's you can't, like, that's just something you can't, obviously you can't control it. I just think we're gonna be bad. Like we're just gonna be bad. Like, and it's the nature of the beast. So I don't want to hear any complaining. I don't want to hear anybody coming up here. Oh, the Panthers are. Dude, we've been saying this for like forever. We're gonna be a bad team. Whether it's 5-11, 4-12, 3-13, we're gonna be bad. Like it's going to happen. And if we're good, then great. We're gonna be good. But prepare yourselves to be bad and be very bad. It's gonna be ugly. It is gonna be bad.
Do you think it'll be kind of like the first year with Cam when we went 6-10? We were competitive in almost every game, but defense was just bad. I think the offense will be good, but even the delay is going to slow down the offense, let alone the defense. You got a college coordinator and all these young people.
Yeah.
I'm just, to me, I'm with you there. I want to see every game. And then I'll end with this. Like I've been saying for a while, I'm kind of thinking forward. I just need closure, in my opinion. Obviously, it won't happen until 2021, 2022. Who is the long-term answer at quarterback? And I get it. It's because we were spoiled with a franchise quarterback for 9 years, and now we're kind of in limbo. But it would be great to know within the next year or two, okay, is Teddy our long-term answer, or are we going to get somebody? And that's what I'm long-term really hoping for. But for this year, obviously that.
Yeah, I really don't think they know either. Like, I think they went and signed a guy that they went and signed Teddy Bridgewater that hey, if worst case scenario, if we're good and the quarterback that the quarterback doesn't fall in our lap, then we got Teddy, and Teddy's going to be decent for us. Worst case scenario, you got PJ back there. But I think we got options, and I don't think listen, for all the quarterback people that are saying, hey, go get us a quarterback, like, I don't think we're in position. Like they're not planning for that, right? They're trying to be good, and if we're not good, then and the quarterback falls in our lap, then hey, it's almost a win-win situation. I think you got Teddy, you got PJ Walker, who are solid enough. Maybe not the long-term answer like you're saying, but they're solid enough to keep us afloat. But then if we're bad, if we're trash and we're bad, then we still have that first round pick in our back pocket to where you can go get a guy. But I think they're gonna this is super cliche and mad coach speak, but I think they're just gonna let it fall to them. Whatever happens, they've got a plan.
I hope so.
I'm just saying that. No, go ahead. My fault.
So sorry. I just don't want to be like in the middle to where we're not great, but we're not bad either, but we're good enough to where we're not in position. I just hate that. I'd rather just. You already know this. I'd rather
pick 15.
We're gonna be bad.
Yeah, you don't want us to pick 15 to 12 through 20, 23. Like that's a bad place to pick. I mean, it's not a bad place, but when you're rebuilding, it's a bad place to be. You want to be if you're gonna be bad, you want to be bad enough to pick in the top 10. Oh, I mean, listen, guys fall. I mean, we saw what what's your boy?
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, I mean, it happens all the time. So like,
Trey Lance might be there, bro.
That's what I'm saying. They're gonna let it fall to them. If we're bad enough and we're picked 12 and Trey Lance is that guy, then they're gonna take him. It's just they're gonna just gonna let it happen wherever it happens. But they're gonna try to coach to be good. So
you can't tank in the NFL. This is not the NBA.
Yeah.
But that's all I had to say. Appreciate it. As always, good to have Dave back, and we'll see y'all next Monday.
All right, man.
All right, Noli, man.
So, go ahead, Dave.
I'm checking to see if there's any other questions that we missed.
No, I was watching it. So, but Marcus, I was just going to address what Marcus said about nobody wearing masks. Sir, you're absolutely correct. There is a select in North Carolina. Nobody's wearing masks. I mean, obviously, when I take my kids out and I go to Walmart or something like that, then I'm wearing my mask. But I was funny story. I had to drop my car off at the dealership today, and it was funny. I hear a conversation in the back. I'm checking out with the lady at the desk, and she's like, had this lady come in here. Somebody came in here. It's like I don't feel safe being in here, and the lady was like, well, you could just leave. Like don't come in here if you don't feel safe being here. And everybody, all of them people are like within like 12 inches of each other, just having a conversation, like whoop-de-doo, like no big deal. Like I'm telling you, yeah, just spit flying everywhere, particles, yeah,
ducking it up, man.
yeah. So I'm like, yo, people in the South, like, they don't want to be told what to do. They do. They don't. It's everybody cares about themselves, right? Nobody cares about the greater good of what's going on in the world. Like, people don't realize that if you just mask up and like suppress this shit, it'll go away.
Nobody catching it, fam.
Yeah, it'll go away and we'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, people in the South, man, I'm telling you, man, they don't care about that.
I kid you not, yo. I went out for a walk today, and so I put my mask on. I don't care. I always have my mask rocking when I'm out. Unless I'm in my car or in my house, the mask is on.
Nah, if I'm outside taking a walk, bro, I'm not.
Nah, fam, nope. Because and then down there, y'all absolutely shouldn't do it because it's the Southern hospitality. Everybody want to speak.
Oh, nah. Ain't none of that. Ain't none of that. You're not coming nowhere.
Now you trying to turn to New York, okay? But either way, so I throw my mask on. I'm out walking, hitting my block up. Everybody out here speaking. You can see the spit flying. I'm like, yo, nah, fam. Because they did some tests, and people can sneeze like that. Joint can go 12 feet. Like, it can go 12 feet without a mask, and it gets reduced to less than 6 inches with one on. So, like, you want to try to reduce the spread, and that's the best way to do it if everybody's masked up. And you good. I can't do the gym. I haven't gotten approval for the gym yet. I don't know what I'm gonna do about the gym. My wife is still.
Oh, nah, I definitely not going to the gym, B. Nope. You better run some laps in a park somewhere or something.
Yeah, and start lifting your own weight.
Pick up. Better pick up some Lowe's buckets and fill them with dirt or something.
You're breathing in your own toxins. Not good. Well, you see, man, I don't wear no mask all the time, but I can't be out here like at work. You gotta wear a mask at work, bro. Like when folks in the office.
I did go back to work. Let me not say back. I went to the office last Tuesday. I mean, we probably had like 50 people in our office, and our office is huge, right? So it wasn't. It was cool, and it was cool to see people at work. But at your desk, you didn't have to wear a mask. But when you got up to walk around, you had to mask up. And we have at my job, we have one of the screening stations where they check your temperature. So you have to like check. You have to take your temperature before you come to the office. And they, if you don't do it, they'll check it at the door. So it's very weird, and I think this is kind of going to be the new normal for the at least the near future. But I'm not going back this week. I think I'm gonna go back like once a week. So we'll see. We'll see though. We'll see what happens. But be safe out here, man. Whether the Rona's fake or not, whatever. I see all the comments, man. Hey, listen, it is what it is, man. I'm cool.
I can't fathom folks who think the Rona's fake. And the only reason why I say that is because, I mean, I know folks who died from it, man. Like, that's hard for me to believe. Well, with regards to where we work, Marcus, like, we've never been closed. We've been open for business. We've never been closed. I've had folks within my that work for me going in because of the line of work that they do.
I think if you work in like an office building, like, how can they really force you to go to work? Like, if you
we're not. I'm not forcing.
No, I wasn't talking really necessarily to you. I'm just talking in general. Like, in general, can like people like have the capability to work from home? Like, cause I'm not going into work this week, and I told my manager, I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'm going. I'm not going in this week. I just rather work from home.
But if you have a position that requires you to go in, right? Like, if you have a position that there's no way you can do that work from home, that changes the game a bit.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about those that can work from home.
Oh no, I'm not making folks that can do their job from home go off.
Yeah, so
I'm not doing that.
So, like, what if you got an employee that doesn't ever feel comfortable coming back to work, and they work from home? Like, what are you gonna do about that? As a manager, Dave, I come to you, yo, man, I just don't feel comfortable coming back. Can I just work from home forever? What do you say to that?
I'm gonna find you another position. You ain't gonna be doing the same job you're doing if it requires you to be in the office.
No, but I'm saying if not if it requires.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna make an effort to try to find you a new gig.
Got it.
But it might be something that you're gonna have to learn. Like it might be something completely different.
That would be great.
What you're doing.
That's cool. I mean, that sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
At least I'm
like
still
no.
employed.
I look, man. I gotta work with the employees that I have. I gotta work with my team. But at the same time, I mean, we got to have some level of transition because there's still things that have to be executed. Like I haven't gotten any level of relief on any of my deadlines since this has started. None. I haven't gotten any ounce of relief. But that's the line of work that I do. Like, I work for the government, work for DOD. So it's like things still happen.
So I got another. Speaking of work, Dave, this is a super off topic, and we just shooting shit right now. We ain't really talking about Panthers, but so Dave, I got a question because this happened to me at work. So what are y'all? Nothing happened bad, but what are you guys doing anything for the Black Lives Matter, like anything like that? Do you have any initiatives going on?
Not yet. I'm debating.
It's just funny. It's just funny because
the thing is, I'm a manager, so it's tough. So like, I can't be the one to kind of lead the effort. Is the best way I'm putting it. Somebody else would have to lead the effort.
Yeah, no, that's funny. Funny you say that because that's exactly what happened to me. That's how I got ousted. That's how I got ousted into leading this thing, man. Like, so we have at my job we have an African American network, and I was tasked to work with one of the leaders of the African American network. And listen, Dave, I'm out of my business, bro. Like some people don't even know I exist. That's how low key I am at work.
Nah, and, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no, I know. Trust me, I love it. So I've been tasked. I've got to go get all of the African Americans in IT. We're gonna put together some kind of like a workshop to just like have a vent session. And then they asked me to put together like a program because we did it at the Michelin at the global, like they did it at a higher level, but we're trying to do it just for IT. They did
locally
like caring for one another program where like these people got up and talked about situations that they've been through in their life. So they're asking me to do it. So I'm like, all right, so I had to reach out to all my African American cohorts today, and it's just interesting. It's just I just found it, it's just weird.
Nah, like there's always folks who like me being in leadership. It helps because then I can always like express my opinion on like when optics look bad for certain things and things of that nature. But like for this situation here, it's tough because when you're in the federal government, you can't offend nobody, right?
Yeah.
And it's hard, and so like, I think like something that Ben and Jerry said, it's hard for somebody in the federal government to say. Like Ben and Jerry is pretty much win at white supremacy, all that stuff. It's gotta be more vanilla because of the fact that they can't offend nobody.
Yeah, government is tough. This government.
Yeah, it's hard. Tough. Like but I'm still catching up on emails right now because I've been gone for over a week. But I think I thought our captain did a pretty good job with the statement. I thought he said, yeah, I want to fix some of this. Please contact me if you want to help.
But
so,
then
that's a pretty cool olive branch. So
yeah,
he just got brought in because the last captain was retired. So we get a new captain every like 3 years. So he just showed up to this, and this is his first thing that he's got to deal with. Besides COVID, this is the first thing that he's got to deal with. He can't do an all hands with everybody person to person because of COVID. So like he kind of, so he's got a challenge to say the least.
I just find it funny, like, and awkward. You get the random person that you don't talk to at all. Like nobody, like all these people are starting to reach out to me talking about like I support you. You're like, bro, like you never really had a conversation with me in the past. Like that's what I don't like, bro.
No, you can't do it now.
Yeah, don't come up to me talking about you guys support a supporter. Like, bro, like I don't even know you, fam. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Like, and I'm like that too. Like, I don't come up to me like Like, and I'll say like I won't respond. You know what I'm saying? I just be
Now
like, okay,
the folks who I've had folks who've called me about after what happened with the unrest, because it happened around the same time when I'm about to have my surgery. But the people who came was the people I expected to come. It wasn't somebody that like I wouldn't expect a call from, because I've already had a relationship with those people,
yeah,
and they understand like this is insane. But like, you know, I think the George Floyd situation put it in a different light versus some of the other situations, because there's no way to deny this. There's nothing that you can hide. I said, well, this happened. This is why he should have did this. He should have done. There's nothing. Like you
yeah.
can't you can't explain 8 minutes 46 seconds. You can't.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that look, listen, the George Floyd situation is just that's like the straw that broke the camel's back. Like, this ain't the only situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the straw. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just weird. Like, I think the good thing is that I think we're finding ways to kind of have conversations now. Because even my neighbors, listen, I live in a predominantly white area, and like, I've been having some really good conversations with my neighbors, and like, I just think, it's cool. Like, yo, I'm an open book. But the one thing I caution people, is that, like, when you're having those conversations, be clear to let them know that, hey, this is your opinion. Like, we all don't think the same way, right? We don't react the same way. We all come from different backgrounds. So I make it clear that, like, listen, I'm not the spokesperson for Black America, right? This is my experience. This is what I've gone through. You know what I'm saying? So don't paint it, like this is, like, this is how shit is supposed to be. Like, this is my life. You know what I'm saying? I can only go off of my experiences, but I don't know.
Yeah, because the thing is, because otherwise you got to be careful too, because then otherwise, like, and then in your industry, in the IT industry, and so as in my industry in engineering, we're an endangered species from a percentage standpoint
Yeah.
of working there, right? So we're already a small we're small as it is from a demographic standpoint compared to how many people actually live in the country in our demographics. So then when you get to the point of now when something happens, there ain't too many of us that express the opinion, and like, you shouldn't be the spokesperson for everybody. I shouldn't be the spokesperson for everybody.
Yeah.
But sometimes there seems to be that level of expectation of that.
Yeah.
So you gotta be cautious of that too.
Yeah, and that's why I said be careful. Like, I tell my neighbors, I'm like, look, this is my experience. Listen, there's people out there that are way different from me, have far worse experiences than I have. So, I can only just share what I know. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's just weird, because I've got neighbors that, like, voted for Trump, and like, and it's not even about, see, and I shouldn't have said that, because it's not even about him.
And the thing is,
It's not even about him.
I'm like, yo, if you supported Trump, I get it. It's about the party. So that doesn't automatically assume that you're a racist.
Yeah, like, right, and that right, exactly.
I gotta vote for Democrat candidates all the time. I'm not a fan of. So it's just, I mean,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. So, but I'm just saying, it's just interesting the way that, people, they actually, now I've spoken to people that are directly affected by the experiences and, what I'm saying, and they're like questioning themselves, and I just think that's dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you have that conversation and you speak to somebody that you don't know their background, and that goes both ways too, right? Like, I mean, you just have conversations and just understand why people do certain things. It's dope. But I don't know. I just thought that's an interesting conversation, because at my job, I'm being like tasked to go out here and be the guy, and it's weird. It's a weird situation, but
But it was we had a situation. There was an individual that we went to their Monday meeting like they normally we go to, thinking that people would have some level of awareness of what happened and what's going on with all with the unrest within the cities. And it was in the Northeast, man, it's like, it's whatever. It's like nothing happened. There was nobody mentioned it. Nobody. It's like there wasn't the fact that there might have been some people that had to deal with protests right outside their house.
yeah.
It was like a normal day, and for some folks that can offend people too. So, but it all depends. It's tough. But yeah. And I agree with you, Slim. Like, all the talking is great, but I gotta see some changes. Like, you gotta show me some adjustments that's going on.
What does that mean though? What does that look like?
So, like, if you send an email saying, all right, Black Lives Matter, we have to do better and try to take care and make sure that nobody gets discriminated against, everybody has a fair shake, but your numbers at your company doesn't reflect it. Your management numbers doesn't reflect it. So what are you doing to try to alleviate that? What are you doing to try to fix that? Because you could talk like you want to fix it, but if you're not putting any type of level of path for folks to get into those roles, if they have an interest in getting in those roles, it's just going to be another rotation in batting cage. Like, there's always a theory about there's some people, a couple of my classmates have this thing, man, from A&T have this thing. They show up to a job, they look at the org chart. If they don't see somebody looking like them in the org chart, they're already thinking about the next gig that they're about to take, because they know they ain't got no way to go. They ain't got no path. And then people say, well, I wonder why people don't stick around there. I was like, because they don't see a path to get there. They don't see somebody getting up to the next 2-3 levels in management. And that's the type of stuff that you need to see. So you got to create a culture, and nobody thinks it's going to take overnight, but you got to get past talking about it. You got to be about it too.
So there was another question about the NASCAR, the flag, the Confederate flag in the NASCAR. What you think about that, Dave? 1 second.
Are we good with the 3 minutes? Oh, you can't hear me. I think it's awesome, and I think the Confederate flag has been with NASCAR since forever.
Turn on lamp.
Oh, now I'm looking at your time. You only got 2 minutes left.
Okay, yeah, we do have 2 minutes left. You're right.
All right, so the flag, man, I'm happy that they made that decision. It was long overdue. I know everybody screaming about time, but you got to remember that NASCAR's fan base is stock full of F-150s. So, like, you got to take these things into account. They took a lot of risks to their fan base. So there's people that legit aren't going to go to a race anymore because of this. And now other folks need to help and hope that the culture does change. I think it was a big deal. I think it's crazy to think that it took George Floyd and a black racer for it to happen. But, I'm happy that it did happen, because that was long overdue. That should have been happening. It's not that hard to enforce. When they walk into the stands, they search their stuff. They got a flag. They ain't making it.
Nah, but I think it was more so the tailgating and stuff, right? Don't they, like, when they do tailgating, they have them like attached to their cars and stuff like that? Do they actually bring flags into the? I've never been to the NASCAR.
I believe so.
Okay, I don't know.
It's tailgating and
not my realm, dude. I don't know.
The thing is, I guess newer racetracks, you don't see too much of the Confederate flags like that. But the older ones, like the Martinsville, the Darlington, them joints, that's like a normal thing. So, well, they're gonna start having crowds soon. NASCAR's gonna allow crowds like up to like 6,000 people in Florida. So there's some cities are gonna allow it. So. Yeah, the houses around the venue. I mean, I don't think they can do nothing about that, but they can probably do something about like where the race is. So, kudos for them for doing it, because they definitely they took a risk of their demographic a little bit to do it. Then you heard about the driver that the driver that retired.
Yeah, he was a loser.
0-50. Yeah, and he was 0-50. But I mean, some people like the fly loser flags, so it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some people like the fly loser flags.
That's funny.
They do. I mean, some people like the fly Nazi flags. They lost. Some people like the fly Confederate flags. They lost. I mean, it happens.
Yeah, man. But all right, Dave, I think we got to wrap this thing up. Just because due to our time, and I think we're out here rambling anyway.
That'd be good.
But let me run this thing. Oh, go ahead, Dave.
Oh, you got something to run? Run it.
No, I got it. I brought the outro back once you left, but here you go.
Thank you for listening to the Panther Nation podcast hosted by Rashad and David.
If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe so you are notified when new episodes are posted. You can also catch episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, and Podcast Addict. Review and rate this episode 5 stars and share it with all the Panther fans you know. And always remember, keep pounding. Thank you.
Keep pounding, people. Yo, we about to be out. Let me see if I can get Dave back in one more time. I think he might have ended it. He might have ended it. So, all right, that's the Panther Nation podcast. Listen, we'll see y'all next week. We'll see y'all next week. All right. So, I don't know, man. We need some more football topics because it's pretty much dead as far as football goes. So we gonna get up here, keep talking about the daggone coronavirus and all, and that we up here talking about NASCAR, bro. We talking about NASCAR, dog. So hopefully some more stuff comes. But that being said, we're gonna be out. I'll holler at y'all on the next one.